I was watching the General Sam podcast you have, the one with Sam, and everybody seemed to be in agreement that Charborg doesn't like anybody. What is up with that? What is everybody?
Think you're cool, Charborg.
I think you guys are cool. What the fuck?
You never want to hang out with us.
I just spend a long time working on a video. It's set in stone already who's in the video and what's in the video. I just edit it forever. Like, I'm not recording anything at that moment, so I don't talk to anybody. I don't know, dude.
What it really is that we're all computer-dwelling, antisocial misanthropes who don't know how to, like, inquire to hang out with someone else.
Yeah,
so,
dude.
like, it never ends up happening. I have a few questions that I thought of while in the shower. I took a shower before this because I wanted to be all clean for
I did
Charborg.
I did too, but I don't
Yeah.
have a cam on, so you can't see my little wet hair like you can yours.
Yeah.
You need to put a little shower cap on or something.
Have you thought about showing your face at all? And why is it that you don't?
I just feel like it's kind of cool being like a mystery. People don't associate my voice with necessarily a particular face. So what if I like reveal my face and I'm just terribly ugly to like 90% of my audience, and then they're gonna associate an ugly face with the voice? You know, that's just gonna ruin me. I'm gonna have to.
I didn't think you were so vain, Charborg. Mr. Decky's here now. We can scold him for how irresponsible and shady he is.
It should make it seem like I'm just really pissed off.
Yeah, pretend you're call him really unprofessional and shit, and like just really go off on him if you don't mind.
Dude, I don't know him well because I don't want to hurt his feelings and make him think
hurt
I'm
him.
doesn't
Hurt
serious.
him.
Yeah,
I want you to hurt his feelings. Unreliable. Dude, Charborg has something to say to you, honestly.
Charborg, I'm so sorry. I was so excited about this goddamn episode. I was like, my boy Charborg's gonna be there. I'm so excited. I was even up earlier doing things, washing dishes and
Dude,
shit. And then
I literally don't want to hear it because we've been sitting here waiting for like 45 minutes. How long have we been going? We've been going so fucking long. Just cut this from the episode, but I wish you would be a little more on time because I've got a very busy schedule. Aqua, everybody's been sitting here waiting on you. For how long?
I got you. No,
We're just kidding.
They told me to be like really mean, and
it worked. I was like, oh shit, no, it's valid. Yeah, I was like, dude, this guy's valid as shit, but goddamn.
Yeah,
I was like, oh no, Decky's so I don't want Decky to
I've
be
never
sad.
seen Decky feel bad. Like,
I was like, oh my god.
It's okay, man.
I am sorry. That is all
I
valid.
almost ended it. I was like, Decky, you're fine.
you're like, pull the plug.
I felt terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't deserve that, Decky. You're fine, dude. You're a good man. After seeing your face, I'm never doing that shit again.
As I was talking, I was watching both Aqua and Kings just look more and more like down and like not at the computer anymore, and I was just like, okay, this is becoming a bit too much.
Decky has a heart of gold. That's horrible. I hated that. Charborg,
sorry.
why did you do that?
You guys told me to.
Becky, since you're late, you're going to have to tell us what you did, though. What is more important than us? That's the question.
He fell asleep.
Yeah, I was sleeping. Yeah,
okay.
I'd been awake early. I'd woken up, checked my DayZ base and stuff, and then I
knew it was Daisy. They mentioned Daisy. They said you got too into Daisy or something last night.
He's in
taken over
deep.
my life. I don't sleep at all anymore. So yeah, I had woken up a few hours ago and I'd washed the dishes and I thought I was good to go, but I guess I passed out on the couch.
Which kind of nap was that you just took? A good or a
Well,
bad
I
one?
woke up in horror, so I jumped up. I didn't have time to react.
You didn't have time to figure out what kind of nap it was.
It's still going off
Charborg
adrenaline.
Punched me in the stomach.
I'm sorry, dude. What a great first introduction. Like,
Yeah, next to
Have
me
you guys
too.
met before?
No.
Oh God.
what if I was really just a massive asshole? And like, you guys are like, yeah, I feel like Charborg doesn't like me. And then I get in here and I'm like, can we please hurry this up? Guys, crack a joke. Say something funny.
I
Why
fucking
am I
hate
here?
you guys.
Today we have Charborg on in the gamer hole, I should say. Charborg, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for
Charborg.
having me on the gamer hole.
Of course,
I'm honored
of
to be here.
We're doing this halfway through the podcast, so it's like weird and shit.
Wait, where's Decky gotta go?
Decky
You have to
wasn't
go
even
somewhere,
here.
Decky?
I'll disappear here in a minute, then I'll come back.
Yeah, but Charborg is literally one of my favorite YouTubers. Sims. I'm not kidding around.
Thank you, dude.
Yeah, if you
I
don't know
appreciate that.
Charborg, which you'd all do, we have like, I'm sure everyone watching this has seen your stuff, but if not, check out Charborg. And he streams on Twitch.
That's
Thank
just
you.
the plug I needed.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna
Perfect.
steal all the viewers from everybody.
Hell yeah. Because you put like a new standard of quality on your stuff. Because you edit like a maniac for like months on end, right?
I wish I didn't sometimes, but I mean, it's still fun to do.
Like your Sims video was literally the most genius.
Yeah. It was life
Thank
changing.
you.
So good that Sam literally just copied you.
Yeah.
He told me that.
Straight up. It was that good, dude. It really was.
That's funny.
Good on you for like doing it and doing it so well. Like I had wanted to do a video on The Sims for ages, but I really wanted to do it on the original Sims, and I could never find a copy of it anywhere, so I just never did it. But like Sims 4 is definitely the way to go. Like the characters are so funny in that, like the
I love it, dude.
customization and everything. Yeah.
People who had a general idea of The Sims were like, why is he making them do things and then laughing about it? You'll just be sitting there, you'll see them in the background like getting in a fist fight over a bowl of cereal or something. Like, it's so funny.
I watched it live as well, like when you were streaming a little bit of it.
Yeah.
And that was so funny. But like when you actually made it into a video, it just took it to another level. Like I could rewatch the same content and just be laughing both times. Like,
Dude, thank you. Yeah, I like doing that so much. That's one of my favorite things about making videos is like you don't have to use what happened exactly. You know what I mean? Like, because I'll take stream content, but then I'll reshoot things cinematically or like make it look a little better or whatever so that it's more readable.
That's effort.
I know.
For you.
It's a lot of effort, but it's
to me like relaunching a game to get more footage for like filler like that is a fate worse than death.
yeah, I despise
Like,
it.
I hate doing that. I don't know why, but I just am so lazy in that one weird particular way. Like
But
your
it's
video you did of
Kentucky.
Kentucky, like it was all stream audio and you recreated it after the fact in game.
Yeah.
That literally sounds like a nightmare to me. Like actually like what I would want to do the least out of anything imaginable with like gaming YouTube stuff.
I was miserable, dude. It was a nightmare. When I had to lay my little boy head down on the pillow and get all tucked in, I'm just fuming mad that I have to go to sleep because there's so much shit that I want to do. It drives me crazy.
I hate sleeping.
Yes.
Everyone hates sleeping.
Decky, you hate sleeping, really?
Well, yeah, I know I'm gonna wake up 6 times during the night and have to go log on DayZ and see if my base.
Oh my god.
And then miss your podcast. Yeah. Dude, I hate sleeping so much. You know, my fiance makes me so mad because she's just so calm all the time. So relaxed. Like she'll just spend an afternoon laying on the couch, like kind of like drifting in and out of nap, watching like nothing on TV. And I'm just like sitting in this chair, like white knuckling the arms, like just freaking out all the time. Like, oh, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. But I'm watching this fucking guy chop a tree down with an axe. I watched one last night on my stream. It was a late night stream. So I just kind of did what I would do anyway late at night. And I watched some very Canadian man like chopping a tree down. Everybody seemed to be really into it. And MRE Steve 1989.
Great choice.
Yes, MRE Steve is literally my favorite YouTuber. But while we're on the topic, actually, Charborg, I wanted to ask you, like, I wanted to ask all you guys, actually, like, I feel like everybody has like a weird thing they indulge in on YouTube. Like there's people who watch like blackhead popping videos on YouTube and stuff.
Pop was one of them.
I'm a popper.
Well, I had a phase.
You're a popper?
Phase. I'm more into chiropracting videos now.
Oh.
I'm nearly a chiropractor. I could do. I know all the adjustments. I swear I've seen so many. I might be like a certified chiropractor.
That's not how it
but
works.
no one will let me perform my talents on them. That's the problem. So I can't.
So Stradecki said he's a popper as well. Do you do the chiropractic too, Stradecki, or
No. I go through phases of like that's all my recommended feed on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's bad sometimes. Like
Yeah.
and
Same.
some of it I'm not into, but some of it is like the most satisfying, or where people pull stuff out of their ears.
Ew.
Oh, I went down.
I really want to get candle. Do you know where they put the candle in your ear and they burn it and like sucks the earwax out? Because I got.
I
Like,
heard that doesn't work.
Earwax.
Get candled, bro.
I mean, sure.
I
Why
want to
not?
get candled hardcore.
I saw somebody once grab like a horse had this bump on it that looked like, dude, she gripped it like it as if it were a broom handle, and she just squeezed it and it just exploded. Have you seen that shit before? And it's just like full of liquid.
I've done that before with animals.
What the fuck?
Oh no! But I like the goo. I need pus.
The goo? Don't call it the goo. It's freaking me out.
The only thing I like is blackheads. Because it's nice and clean, that spaghetti strand. You know what I mean? That I'm good with.
What do they call that thing?
It's a cyst or something. I want to vomit. I had this blackhead on my lip in like high school. It was so big. It looked like just like a black like little mole. Like I was like,
You said a mole.
but it wasn't. It was just a giant blackhead on my lip, and like I didn't want to touch it because I didn't want to like fuck it up or irritate it, because I had another one on my lip once that I like squeezed. And I had like a red thing on my lip where I did that because I squeezed too hard. And I had a red thing on my lip for literally like a year.
Like this?
Yeah.
So this other one.
I got one right
King?
now. Yeah.
Yeah. I waited on this thing and like it was so gross. And like one day I was like, I can't fucking take it anymore. I'm getting rid of this fuck. And like just like coiling out
God.
so much. And I was like, whoa. That was poggers, dude. That was sick. The same thing happened on my elbow once. It just kept coming out. It was during a blackout too, so it gave me something to do for like hours during the blackout. I was literally just squeezing shit out of my elbow for like a frightening amount of stuff.
Do you have like a
came
plate
out.
of spaghetti afterward? It's like that much.
If I recorded that and put it on YouTube, it would have 10 million views. It was that amazing.
I bite my nails really bad, and so like a lot of times they'll get irritated on like the sides, and sometimes
I
it'll get
hate
like
that.
pussy. Oh, I love it. But then like you eventually like get that boy biting your nails more. Primarily is my usual go-to, which makes it worse. And then you just like start from the bottom, you're just like, and then it's just like, oh, it's.
I can't relate to that.
I can relate. I
You
used
have
to.
such weird finger stuff, Decky. Every time we have one of these podcasts, I learn about something with your fingers. I have weird, like, feminine nails. I cannot bite them.
Do you manicure?
Yeah. No.
You
Just-
gotta shine
They
those.
don't go any shorter than this. This is like as short as it goes.
Let me
That's
bite them and they
that's
will.
called a healthy nail bit.
I bet it feels good.
Let me get at that thing.
You should. If we ever meet, will you scratch my back with your nails? I bet that feels so good.
Dude, I scratch myself all day. It's sick. All right, listen, Decky, if we meet up, I'll squeeze all your blackheads out and you can bite my nails down. How does that sound?
Okay.
But after I
Wow.
have the blackheads.
I'm ready. I love getting popped.
Yeah, you let me do it? Dude, I'll get you.
He's gonna crack your back, and then Shidecky's not gonna be able to walk for the rest
No,
of his
you'll
life.
be fine. Dude, seriously, I know what I'm doing. Like I've watched enough. I seriously could give you a full
Aqua, are
body
you one of those
comprehensive
people-
adjustment.
Are you one of those people that watches something? You're like, oh, I watched that guy just jump down 10 flights of stairs and do the roll. I'm gonna do it now.
Yes.
Like, are you like Omid?
Charborg, what is your
My
creepy thing that you?
Yeah, I was just
Me
gonna
too.
ask that. So
I was-
what's your thing?
I could probably remember something later, and then I'll just, I'll send you an audio recording of me describing it in detail, and you guys can just respond to it like, oh yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, see, that's
But then
the
we'll have to
kinda,
go
like,
back and
after-
recreate the entire podcast again.
just
Yeah.
like
Over
your
the
GTA
voiceover.
video. That's just something we're not willing to do, Charborg. I'm sorry.
One time we were looking for, we were just browsing on YouTube. We got a new Chromecast and we're casting our phone to the TV. And then we found this video and it was like, how to crack popular shellfish. And we're like, oh, cool, let's just click on this.
Yeah.
And so we're just sitting there watching it for a minute and we're like, oh, this is kind of interesting. And then we looked and it was like an hour and a half long. And it was just like nonstop like production value and just him cracking and showing you how to crack all these shellfish. And we're like, oh my God,
I like
that's way too long. Haha. And then like we look up and it's 45 minutes in and we're just still watching this like the scallop. Put the thing right here, blah, 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 pop it right here, blah, 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 scoop this out. And we're just like so absorbed in this. So now I can basically, I'm like Aqua. Now I know how to crack every shellfish. And if you give me a mollusk, I can tell you the difference between that and a scallop and all that.
Well, let's add a nice shellfish platter display to this meeting, and we'll just be cracking shellfish
Yeah.
and like cracking each other's backs, popping zits and shit. Heck, you'll be biting my nails. That'd be great.
I'm in the corner swallowing nails, like actual nails,
What's your favorite thing to eat, Charborg?
like fast food, dude.
Fuck yeah.
I eat fast food all the time.
Respectable answer, yeah.
It's hard to even narrow it down, but if I had to go to a deserted island and only have one meal for the rest of my life, oh god, I don't know, Chick-fil-A maybe. I like Chick-fil-A. I really like it.
I don't know if I'd be able to do something like proper sandwich. Like I love Chick-fil-A, I love Five Guys. Like those are the things that I miss most from the US. But if I was gonna eat one meal for the rest of my life, I feel like I'd have to go something just super basic, like spicy ramen noodles.
There'd be no nutrients. You'd be like a month in and you'd be sweating and
That's what he eats now. So I mean,
yeah, I spent like 30 years of my life only eating ramen. I was fine. What I would do for a Chick-fil-A sandwich right now, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Dude, if I'm being really honest with you, I'm a popcorn fiend. I eat popcorn all the damn time, like every single night. I'm not even kidding with you right now.
Well, that's because you have an iron gullet that literally you can eat nails. I eat popcorn all the time. I get a horrible stomach ache. Fuck popcorn.
wait, what type of popcorn do you make? Do you make your own, like from the, or do you eat from the box? You know, the bag ones that you have to pop in the microwave.
No, I just get like Orville Redenbacher or whatever the fuck that dude's name is.
Dude, you need to get an air
pop
popper.
that shit in the microwave. You know what? You want to know something a little wacky? I push the popcorn button. They say don't push the popcorn button. They say listen to 1 to 2 seconds between pops. I slap down on that popcorn button and just wait.
If you're pounding it down every day, like you need to have the easiest access. You don't have 30 minutes to go make some.
Yeah, but you don't
crazy-
need
Yeah,
30
what am I gonna
minutes.
do? Start the stove and
No,
put some kernels on
They make
there?
air poppers, and you throw the kernels in,
Oh,
and then they
get
just
out of here with that future crap. Give me a microwave and a bag of popcorn.
Shut up, science man. I would pick a Big Mac meal from McDonald's. I swear to God, it's the best thing I've ever eaten in my life.
I like
A
Big Mac.
Oh man, that is good shit. Or fried rice.
Dude, what cracks me up is where people draw the line. Like all those fast food tiers where they're like, this is my A tier, this is my B tier, this is my C tier. People will be like, what the fuck? Taco Bell sucks dick. But then they'll just eat McDonald's. It's like, dude, you're an idiot. Fast food's garbage. It's all just garbage. You look like a fool when you're defending your A tier being fucking Five Guys or McDonald's or whatever. It's just all garbage.
People get so passionate about it, and people wonder why people freak out when people talk about politics. People can't even talk about their favorite fast food without losing their shit. It's like a fight over religion preference.
It's like
or something.
It's like politics if you didn't have to like think about shit too much. You just think this good, this bad, and then the rest is like you just defend your side. Politics, you at least got to think about what people's policies are and all this crap.
Yeah.
But then with fast food, it's like I ate this and it was bad.
But people don't think about each other's policies. They just pick something and just be like, I'm right, you're wrong, fuck you.
Yeah, that is
and
true.
And that's it. Like nobody has a actual string of consciousness around their opinion a lot of the time. This guy Ludwig said streaming is much harder and deserves taking a break more than YouTube because you're on stream. He's like 200 hours a week or whatever he said. I don't know.
I think he was talking 200 hours in a month, but yeah.
Amateur.
He's like, what are you doing on YouTube? Like, why is it so stressful? Like that shit's easy. You post once a week. Big fucking deal. Like,
Does he have an editor?
he probably
He does,
yeah.
Okay, there's our answer.
He clearly has no concept of what it takes to make a decent YouTube video. But either way, it was more about like which warrants like taking a break due to mental health more. So we have a Twitch streamer who's really dedicated here. Puts serious hours in, Decky.
Yeah.
And then we have a YouTuber here, Charborg, who uploads less than I would prefer as a avid viewer. But you know, he's got to do his thing. You got to put that quality in, you know.
Well, that's the thing is both of you got like you and Charborg both do both. So it's kind of interesting to get your points of view on this one.
If I had to throw in my 2 cents, I would say that they are both deserving of a break. I mean,
Yes,
it's both different. There's
so,
like intricacies for both of them. Like streaming, you have to be more present and constantly trying to be entertaining. Unless you're just one of those streamers who doesn't do that at all. Like I don't know what Decky's pumping out, but
Decky's
It's pretty high octane.
Yeah.
Now that I play DayZ, it's just sit in silence and walk through the woods.
Decky's one of my favorite streamers, actually. I'm a big fan of everybody. Kings, I'm just a big fan of you in general.
Yeah, I know.
I think they both have their need for breaks. Because like obviously, if you're a YouTuber who does very low effort stuff or something, or pass it off to an editor and they do it, then yeah, I totally see how you wouldn't understand why you would need a break. But if you're like for me, where I just spend hours and hours and hours and hours editing, I totally understand wanting to take a break because it's fucking torture. It's just nonstop.
Having a YouTube channel is not being a YouTuber. My second channel, I don't need a break from that. Like Kings helps me do everything on it. But my main channel, I get I feel like I have to outdo myself all the time. I'm constantly thinking like how I'm going to make every video, what I'm going to put. Like it's a lot. It really is. Yeah. But I mean, any job is difficult.
Right.
And basically what it comes down to is every job has its drawbacks. And if you need a break, no matter what it is, you need a fucking break. It's a stupid conversation, honestly.
And it's also so easy to look from the outside and just dumb it down. Like, for me sitting here, I could be like, this dude just plays video games and that's his job. And he's saying he needs a break. Dude, I could play video games all day. But there's intricacies to it. You got to be entertaining. You got to be, on top of it, and you got to be consistent. And it's not. It's never as simple as just looking at it from the outside.
There's a lot. There's a lot to it. Like on the surface, if you don't know anything about it, it seems easy. Yeah, like you play video games for a living? What a joke.
Streaming's easier.
I mean, it is a joke. but
what was that, Stradecki?
Streaming's easier. And it depends. I'm talking like high level, high interaction on both sides. I don't know the YouTube game, but I'd much rather hang out with some dudes, talk constantly. It is exhausting being entertaining. A lot of times after my stream, I just kind of sit there and it's like, but yeah, you are exhausted, but like you're still having fun. YouTube stuff, that's a lot of planning. That's a lot of voiceover stuff. That's a lot of editing. Sitting alone in your room, trying not to get distracted and just scroll on Twitter when you actually need to be doing real work. Like when you're streaming, it's got momentum.
Yeah.
You just push through and it's done.
I'm the same way. I feel like my personal preference, like the YouTuber side, that just feels like being an editor. And then being the streaming side, that feels like actually having fun and playing games. Like if I had to choose, if I'm like, I need to work all day, do I either stream or do I either edit? I would a million times rather stream because it's just it's fun. It's just fucking fun.
Yeah.
And then editing is like sitting there watching the same footage over and over and over. It's mind-numbingly boring. I know what I would rather do.
No, too. Like when you finally get like it clicks together how you want it. I think that's fun.
That's definitely fun.
But
I
it's
like
like
that.
You have to really trudge through some shit to get there. As someone who does both, I think streaming is easier, but that being said, I think streaming takes more of a mental toll
I could see
on
that.
me because like if you put in some serious hours, I don't do this, but I would imagine if you put in like a lot of time, it kind of like interferes with your regular like natural brain activity in a given day and like makes it so you don't have the necessary like what you would experience in it. Like it gets in the way of your real life natural habits and tendencies to the point where like over time, I feel like that could drain on you.
I've seen people who talk about that they like stream so much that they can't play a game for fun because they feel like they're missing out on stream content.
Right.
And that seems weird to me because
that's weird. Yeah.
I can separate those two.
Oh, I had another point, but I lost it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You can't really like get up and walk. Like you can't pop on a stream and be like, oh, I don't want to do this actually. Like you can't really like turn it off.
Yeah, you gotta hit that
editing,
minimum.
you're like, I'm not feeling this. Like you can just do it later.
Well, it depends if I'm playing games I enjoy. I'm hopefully addicted to DayZ, and I need it. I stream extra hours now. That's definitely true. Sometimes there's no games I like, and it's just like you start that up, and you're like, I don't want to talk to you people. I don't want to. I don't want to play a game. And that's a terrible spot to be in. I guess I'm playing the games I enjoy right now, so it's actually decent. But yeah, sometimes there's nothing around, and I'm picky with games, so that happens quite a bit.
All in all, we haven't really proven a point.
Nope.
It's all
just
subjective.
been talking.
It doesn't fucking matter. If you need a break, take one. End of story. So, Charborg, let's move on. What's your worst injury you've ever had, Charborg?
I've got a bald spot on my head. When I was a kid, I was in front of a VHS store and I did a little front flip over the bar. Like, you know how you put your belly on the bar and you do a front flip?
Yeah.
Well, it was like wet and I slipped off and fell on my head on this bent, jagged piece of metal on the ground. And it cut my head open. Then immediately after getting stitches and it's starting to heal, a car jack that was lifted, like holding a car up, the car fell or like the jack collapsed or whatever. It was like, you know, one of those rotating jacks, like an old style jack where you rotate, it's like a vertical. I'll have to send you a picture or something. It's like you crank it
Yeah.
It's like 4 feet tall, and you crank the jack, and it lifts the car up.
Yeah.
The jack collapsed, and that thing spun and hit me in the same spot on the head and ripped my head open again. And then there was one other injury that I had in that same spot, but I probably have brain damage, so I don't remember it. But no, this was all over a few years when I was or a couple years.
It's
when I
like
was
in
younger.
Home Alone where the robber gets hit in that same spot.
You ever had stitches, Aquan Keys?
I never had stitches. No.
Me either. I sliced the top part of my ear falling up some stairs, and
Falling up some stairs.
You misunderstand. We were in Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, CC, so there was some weird shit going on.
Yeah.
my foot caught, and I fell up some like cement stairs and sliced my ear.
Ooh.
But yeah, I didn't deal with it, and then like a doctor friend came over and was like, "Oh wow, you should have had stitches. Too late now." And I was like,
You're just hanging off your body.
So like, did you need them? Who cares? Like, yeah.
I didn't need them. What are they gonna do? Like sew my ear closer together or something?
Yeah, that's what they do. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, what's the problem in not doing it?
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess you're just gonna heal sideways. Your ear looks like a Mr. Potato Head. When I was younger, we were at like a driving range where you hit golf balls.
Mm-hmm.
I had this my grandpa let me use his club to hit a golf ball, and my uncle went up and was gonna grab the club as I was swinging, and I was like, "Hey, don't stop it! I'm gonna accidentally hit you." And he's like, "Oh, all right, I'm just kidding." And then I went to swing again, and he tried to grab it but missed. I swung, hit the ball. It swung around the opposite side, hit him in the side of the head, and chopped his ear like halfway off.
Why would
my
he do
God.
that?
I don't know, because he's got brain damage, dude. He's stupid. But anyway, yeah, his ear was hanging on by a thread, and
Oh God.
yeah, so I almost chopped his fucking ear off. He had to get stitches.
Yeah.
What's your worst injuries? Did you guys? I'm sure you guys talk about this.
We talk about it
did.
a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just go back and watch a previous.
You
episode.
have to
You don't
watch all of our all the
Yeah,
podcasts.
it's mandatory.
As a like 10 to 12, I had 4 different kidney stones.
Oh, I've had that before. That sucks.
Yeah, so I don't know. I guess it's an injury, but a lot of pain was involved.
That is something I hope I never experienced.
Yeah,
That
I've never
freaked me the
experienced
fuck
it.
out. Yeah. Fuck that.
Yeah, I mean, the kidney stone things is kind of to be expected. But yeah, for 2 years, I was just plagued by it. And now, I'm still always scared. Anytime I have, a stomach pain or something, I'm always all like, it's coming back! But luckily not yet. Not yet.
Did you not drink a lot of water or something during that time?
I didn't drink any water, and all I ate was, what I call peanut butter balls, which is, peanut butter, dry milk powder, and honey, and a large amount of dry milk powder, a big old packet in each bowl. And I used to eat that twice a day, that and ramen noodles when I was a kid. And the doctors were all like, well, it's the dry milk powder. It's just a bunch of calcium deposits inside you. And
I'm no doctor, Decky, but I think drinking no water, I think that might have been your problem.
yeah, never drink water.
I love Decky's stories because I'm like, how the hell did this kid make it to this age? You know,
you were the most interesting person. I swear to God,
Yeah.
you were so. To call him peanut, it's like Charlie Kelly on Always Sunny with milk steak. It's just your own made up weird thing. Yeah, I like to call them butter balls. It's this whole weird recipe. How did you even come up with that?
My mom did it. She used to roll them into balls because there's peanut butter, but with the dry milk powder and stuff, it wasn't as sticky and stuff. You could form them. So she used to roll them into little golf-sized balls and put them on a plate, and I just eat them.
He's got peanut butter balls in the background. Look, there's peanut butter balls right there.
Potatoes. But she would put them in my lunch. Once I was not being homeschooled, put them on my lunch. I had to go to school with them. Even in high school and stuff, I was eating peanut butter balls. I hadn't had peanut butter balls until last year in 2019. I was talking to my girlfriend. I was like, I want to make peanut butter balls. She's like, oh, what the fuck is this? And I was all like, don't judge me. It was my mom. So I went and bought all the materials, and I spent an hour trying to get the right measurements. Because I didn't know how to do it all, and I got it pretty close. I actually have the materials in my fridge. I've made it a few times. It's still delicious. It's just a lot of
Be very careful.
everything up.
make sure to drink a lot of water.
Yeah, part of me is terrified, being I got to do this in moderation.
You're gonna piss out a golf ball. Be
You're
careful.
gonna piss out a peanut butter ball.
Stop doing the balls and just would mix it up in a big bowl and just give me the bowl with a spatula.
That's even more dangerous. I feel like you can't because before you're like, I'll only eat 4 peanut butter balls, but now you're like, how deep am I into this peanut butter bowl? I have no clue.
I've never known moderation. There was no only eating 4 of anything. Full bag of chips. I always eat until it's gone.
I do that too.
I eat too much.
As soon as I stopped ordering so much food, I instantly lost like 12 pounds. As Wellen said, like I would get an order and they'd send like 2 sets of silverware. You're eating good. Like I'll just eat all of it till it's gone.
I have a bad habit of like eating too much and then coughing because I just have acid reflux and I'm like, oh my god, what am I doing?
Me too. Why are we exactly the same? I cough all day and all night.
I do too, Aqua. I literally.
How many Tums do you eat?
Aqua, I've got Tums literally right here on my. I seriously like. I pushed to talk.
Swear to God, what the fuck?
Like this entire time I've been coughing because I ate my leftover food this morning and I ate too much. Aqua, I just cough all the time.
Charborg, we need to talk more because I think we're like literally like the similarities between us are so weird.
Do you pee sitting down? Yes or no?
No.
No.
Never.
Guys, I haven't stood to pee in literally years.
You
Guys,
kidding me?
It's a game changer. It is a
You
fucking
always
game
hear
changer.
about like the phantom sitters, but like I never thought it was a real thing.
Like if I'm in public and I'll just use a urinal, yeah. But when I'm in the comfort of my home, we lived at this previous place we were at for like 2.5 years. I didn't stand once. Guys, it is a fucking game changer because it's just so nice.
It takes more effort to sit down and like get all.
Yeah, what about your crinkly can knees?
The place we moved in is wheelchair accessible, so it's got handrails on the wall, and that's a separate thing. I use those sons of bitches like a fucking like my crutch. Like, dude, I'm grabbing onto shit all the time. Anyway, so walk me through your logic as why you think that sitting down when you pee isn't the optimal way to pee.
I'm just in and out of there.
Yeah.
Time, yeah. And also, I feel like if I sat down to pee, I would have a Pavlovian response to shit. Like I would then.
So you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
What are the pros there, Charborg? Explain.
Comfort, ease of access, there's literally 0 chance of ever having a mess. You can't sit here and say that you've never accidentally made a pee mess.
My seats all the time, so that's
I paint that seat like it's my job. Let me tell you. Next time I have to pee, I'll try it. Do you wipe sitting or standing up?
I stand to shit. Here's where it differs. I don't sit down. No, I'm just kidding. I sit down for that too.
Yeah,
but I used to, dude.
If you sit to pee, you sit to wipe.
I don't understand how that even works. Sitting to wipe.
What?
Like, how do you like?
You're a stander.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, dude. I stand. I get one leg up on the seat.
Oh, wow.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. It's always one leg raised. Teach me.
Lean 45 degrees to your left.
And then just
there you are.
That's like a weird angle though. I'm not I'll do it, but I'm not a huge fan, honestly.
Also, yeah, like sitting to pee. What about the witch's kiss when your penis touches the bowl? That's terrible.
Yeah.
Both toilets that I've had here are very deep. The one I currently have, dude, this apartment that I live in, is like fucking nice, dude. These toilets look like a public restroom. Here's the method. It'll be like you sit, okay? You start fully clothed and everything. You sit, you start sweating because I don't know, it might be a difficult one. I'm going from experience here. So you take your shirt off and I'm like, get this shirt. You're pissed off. You throw your shirt, get this shirt away from me. And then you're just sitting there still and you're like, I need to hike my leg up on something. And then you just, your pants are like around your ankles. So you're like, get the fucking punch off me and you throw the pants. And then that's how you end up fully nude while,
I still have not tried it, but I didn't know. Since you sit to pee, I thought maybe you're also indulged in the nakedness.
That's something. It's special occasions. I want to know what you guys have done stupidly as a kid that you thought would be a good idea that just ended poorly. Like this wasn't like a worse injury or something, but there's so many things I did that were just like obviously doesn't make sense. You know those little baseballs that you hang from a tree that you can use to practice your aim?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was trying to shoot this baseball with a BB gun and I was getting so mad because I could not hit it and I was like far away and then I was like, that's it, I'm done fucking around. And I walked right up to it with the BB gun and I pointed it at it with one hand and in my head I said some one-liner like, you want to get missed by me or whatever I was thinking at the time. And then I shot and it bounced off and hit me right in the middle of the forehead, the BB. And I like cried. I was freaked out because it could have popped my eye out, and I was freaked out because I wasn't expecting it. Felt like someone thumping me really hard on the middle of the forehead. What stories do you have like that where it's like
related to that story? I once shot a dragonfly out of the sky.
Oh.
That was cool.
Like on purpose?
Yeah, it was like
You're
flying by.
a
Like I'm not gonna hit it. So I just like shot at it and I fucking hit it, and I felt kind of bad, but I got it.
And you said clip that to chat, and chat clipped it.
Yeah, I said wow.
This was actually last week, by the way.
Yeah.
Cuticles on your fingernails. Not that I have much fingernails, but I used an X-Acto knife to try and like slice the cuticles off, and it just went straight through my fingernail into my finger.
I tried carving a pumpkin like that with a pocket knife, and it just closed up on me.
That was nasty, and it went pretty deep in, so like just went straight through the fingernail, just into the fleshiness underneath.
I hate that. My dad had this really sharp knife. It wasn't a pocket knife, but it did like flip open. It was like, I don't know why the fuck he had this knife. It was like so sharp. And when I was and it was orange too. The handle was orange, and I was like, oh, that thing's dope. When I was a kid, I was like, oh, that's so cool. And like I brought my friend upstairs to show him this knife, and I like opened it, and I was like, yeah, this is the sharpest knife that my dad has. Like I was like a really little kid. I was like amazed by that. I was like, it's probably the sharpest knife in the world, dude. I remember I went like this on the tip of it, like, yeah, it's like so sharp. And I like touched the tip of it, and it just went all the way into my finger, like so far in. And I was like, it just started bleeding everywhere. I never told anyone about it because of how stupid it was.
Yeah.
I showed my mom and was like, I cut my finger on a toy or something. And she's like, that is such a horrible, deep, like really razor sharp cut to have on a toy. I almost needed stitches for that, I think. But yeah.
We used to go to the woods a lot and stuff. So I like when I was a young kid, I even like had like a jackknife or whatever, right? And I think it was my grandfather or something. And I threw it in my backpack because it was right after school or whatever, and I was going to go to the woods or whatever. So I threw a jackknife in my backpack. Well, I forgot about it in there, and I brought it to school, right? And then I opened my bag, and it was in there in school. And as a kid, I was like, "That's pretty cool," thinking like dumb.
Not cool.
So my friend was right next to me. I was like, "Dude, I forgot a jackknife in my bag. Darn it!" Like, and then someone else overheard that and immediately ran to the teacher. They were like, okay, I got to confiscate it, and like your parents will come pick it up. But I was really young, so I didn't get the concept of like, you probably shouldn't have deadly weapons, in a school.
Yeah, I've shoplifted that way before when I was a kid. I'd like pick up a toy and just kind of like leave the store with it when I was there with my mom or something.
On purpose? You just taking shit?
No, I would just like kind of like pick it up and just like, I don't know if it was on purpose or not. I don't remember, but I think I was just like holding it.
I did that at Target the other day. I was at Target like trying to do something and carry a bunch of shit. Whatever I was holding in my hand, just without thinking about it, I put it in my pocket and then picked something up. I caught it, but I almost walked out with whatever small item it was. I don't even remember.
That's why I hate the self-checkout lines, because I'm always afraid that I'm going to forget something and then they're going to think I'm shoplifting.
Yeah, exactly.
I always go through the actual thing, and then if they forget to scan it or if I forget to put it up on the thing, it's their fault, not mine. Like, it doesn't look like I'm trying to shoplift.
He's super paranoid.
I'm paranoid about that shit,
We were building a fort in the woods during recess. There was like woods like outside of the schoolyard. We weren't even supposed to go in the woods, but we did. And we all would bring like a backpack filled with tools, like knives and like little hatchets and shit, and like all this shit to like build this fort. And we got caught with all the tools, and they're like, what the fuck is going on? and we were like, we're building a fort, sorry. And they were like debating suspending us. I remember that.
I took a cap gun to school by mistake. Can I even tell this without getting like arrested? Are they going to come for me? I think it was like 8th grade. It was old, but like I had this sick jean jacket that I used to have, and like it was cut off, and it had this one pocket. I used to always carry like one of those like revolver pistols in there, like a cap gun. And I just always like pull it out at my friends and like cap them. And I lived in Tennessee. It was no big deal. It was never like a little bit different as climate than it is now. I mean, guns in school was still a thing. But I remember one day I went to school and like I like shoved my, did my jacket real tight because I wanted to be like an 80s bully, kind of was my goal.
With your mullet?
I felt it in my inside pocket. And I was just all like, this is it. My life's over. I can't do anything. I'm going to jail. Instant, like, cold sweats. I was terrified. That was one of the most terrifying feelings of my entire life. Just thinking about it now freaks me out. like how terrified I
What
was
did
of
you
that.
do?
I was all like, I don't want to take it off. What happens if it falls off? I have to take it off. But I don't want to carry it around because like something could happen there. So I remember I
Right
had,
in
like,
your locker.
it was like I had like a bomb vest on me or something. I was just like slowly taking it off, making sure not to like have it like flip upside down or anything. And then I like slowly put it in my locker, and I was all like,
It's not even a real gun.
I know it was a cap gun.
Was
but
a real
like
gun, I
the
would get
amount
it more,
of
but-
fear in my like, I was so terrified.
Speaking of terrified, Charborg, do you have any moments in your life where you were like really frightened?
My mom always didn't want me riding with this one friend because he was just kind of reckless. I always did anyway.
Riding?
Well,
What do you mean?
Like driving in his truck.
Okay, yeah.
And so this was like right when we got our license and all that. So we're like driving down these back roads in the rain and stuff. He said, "Watch this." In my mind, I'm like, oh my God. So he turns this corner, trying to like slide around the corner or something, immediately loses control, going fast. And the truck is like going left, right. And then we hit a tree like head on. Like my neck hurt for like weeks after that. And like I was terrified. Like that was the only major crash I've had. We didn't tell anybody. Like he got some friend that he knew whose dad had a tow truck to come and like tow the car out, and then like the whole time this was a tree in someone's front yard and they were just asleep inside, like didn't even know. And we just got out of there. We never told anybody. Yeah.
I'm so dumb with cars, honestly.
Yeah.
Last question. This has been a joy, though. A
Yes.
joyous.
We'll have
podcast.
to have a second one.
We should wrap it up. Honestly, like I could talk to you forever, Charborg.
Dude, I feel the
You
same. I
went
love
wrong.
talking.
This is a straight rip off of the H3 podcast, but
I
who
hate this
fucking cares?
portion.
Ever experienced anything like unexplainable, paranormal kind of stuff?
My grandpa used to be really into like ghost hunting, and he would always watch those ghost hunter shows, and I was always so
love that
scared of
shit.
it. Now that I'm older, I don't believe in any of that, like in the slightest. But when I was younger, I really did. And yeah, I've had stuff that when I was younger I believed was weird, like him, like he would make me go out to graveyards with him and like with a recorder, like a little voice recorder, and he would like make me hold the voice recorder. And
Your grandpa was a ghost
That's
hunter?
awesome.
dude, I'm telling you, my grandpa was fucking goofy. So I would be terrified, and he'd be like, hold the recorder. And I'm like, Grandpa, can we just leave? Anyway, and so we're just out in graveyards, and we would record this stuff, and then he would take it back and listen to it later. And like, he didn't have like a computer or anything, so he wasn't putting it on there and scanning it. He was just playing it back and listening. And then there was like this one part where it sounded like someone said, "Who's there? Who's there?" And like he had this little clip that he would play over and over for people. Anytime people would come over, like company, he'd be like, listen to this. And he would pull out this little tape recorder and play, and he'll be like, "Who's there?" And he'd be like, "You hear it?" And they're like, "Sounds like someone saying who's there." And every single person every person who said it like who was reaffirming his beliefs,
Yeah.
it made me even more terrified, because I was like, I'm gonna be haunted by a ghost. Something's gonna possess me.
Yeah,
And
I
was
wouldn't
so
fuck
scared.
with that shit. Honestly, I would not fuck with that. Like if like that is fucked.
It made it even worse because my grandpa was a like really big collector of old shit. I'm talking like World War guns. Like I'm not. It sounds like I'm gonna be making this up because it's just fucking ridiculous. But he had like 100+ guns. I'm not kidding you. Like these, like just in storage and in warehouses and all this stuff. And his house was just full of it. And he would always be like talking about how it's like worth so much, but like it looks like garbage, just like old weird garbage. Like I was terrified to go in his house nonstop.
Yeah, honestly, I'm afraid of old objects like that, like antiques and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'm worried like there's like a demonic like attachment to an item or
Yes, dude.
something.
And it was
like I get so freaked out over that shit. I hate it.
It was even scary that it was guns, because it was like shit that was used in a war. I was like, the
to
dude
kill
who is
people, yeah.
holding this gun died, and his ghost is in this house right now. And like he would always talk to me. Like I think my grandpa had carbon monoxide poisoning, if I'm being honest with you, because he always saw ghosts and shit in his house, and he would tell me about it. I never saw anything, but he would. Listen, I would come home from school because his bus dropped us off at his house because it was closer. Like our house was in the middle of nowhere, so the bus wouldn't go that far. So it would drop us off at his house, and I would come in every day after school, and he'd be sitting there on his chair, dead asleep with his head like cocked all the way forward. And I'm, like in my head, like, "Are you dead or are you sleeping?" I'm like, "Grandpa," and he'd be like, "Huh." And he'd wake up and he'd be like, oh, you just missed what I saw just a minute ago. I was sitting here and right over there by that door, my shoe you see that my shoe that's on the floor over there? And I'm like, yes. And she's like, my shoe just flipped up in the air. I think something knocked my shoe around like a poltergeist. And I was like, okay, Grandpa, I'm gonna go play outside. And I would just like go sit on the porch and wait for my mom to get off work.
All right, now get in the car. We're going to McDonald's. I want you to order for me.
What if I didn't tell that ghost story, but I didn't tell the McDonald's story, but he used to make me order fast food for him. And so that's what Aqua's talking about there.
You around in a graveyard with a tape recorder.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What if he made me go into the graveyard and be like, ask the ghost, say, is there a spirit here? And then I'm like holding this tape recorder, is there a ghost here? And he's like, what did the ghost say? And I'm like, I don't know, let's play the recording back. And it says, who's there? And I'm like, what the fuck?
What did the ghost say?
I wanna be like that so bad. I want to
The
be
grandpa?
squared away on something, yeah, and just like, but I want to believe in it, and I also want to like terrify my grandchild or something. That sounds
Yeah.
like amazing.
I'm in the
time.
same
It's
boat.
fun, honestly. Like I want to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I believed in that stuff because there would. It seems so. I've talked about this before with my friends. It seems so cool to believe that 100% because then the whole world is just like mystical. There's like some weird aspect that you can just on your own explore, and like any unexplained thing or any creak you hear is like, what if that was something? And then it just becomes this whole thing. Like, I wish I believed in that stuff, dude, because my life would be different. I'd be bouncing off the walls looking for EVPs and PvPs and all that.
I find it so interesting. Like, I would love to be into it, but I'm also too scared to get into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyone who's into anything, no matter what it is, and like really into it, I respect the shit out of that. And they like really like do it. You know, all those like ghost hunting guys or those guys who hunt for Bigfoot and shit. I'm like, good for you. You got something going on. Like that's passion. You know.
Would you go on a ghost hunt with me, Aqua?
Yeah.
If we ever met, would you?
Yes,
we could go to some crazy place and bring out the tape recorder. We bust out the
film
recorders.
it for YouTube.
Yeah, dude, and make a full video.
We got a team then because I've been wanting to start a ghost, and this is going to be my YouTube debut, Kings. Take care of it.
Okay.
But properly well done production, ghost stories in Mexico City. Because there's all over the place. People that, disappear, students murdered during the Olympics. And then you have like your classic like Mexican ones with like the lady that drowned her children. She walks around the neighborhood crying and wailing, looking for a dead baby and stuff. And like, it's all over the place. But I've never been into that shit very much. But I need to get a crackpot team of investigators together.
All right, Charborg,
and we'll
what's your
investigate
grandpa
it together.
What's your grandpa doing with his tape recorder?
We just need the tape
Charborg
recorder.
can carry the tape recorder.
I don't want this to end unfortunately,
I
but
was waiting for this. Yeah,
he is no longer with us.
sorry.
Well,
Charborg.
maybe he's talking to you through the tape recorder. You know.
Dude, I could bust out the recorder and
Yeah,
just
get the recorder.
Be like, Grandpa, what do you want from McDonald's? The EVP. Big Mac.
Six-piece. Thank you so much for watching The Gamer Hole. Just a quick reminder, if you want to see some exclusive episodes, as well as behind the scenes and uncut versions of the episodes you see here on YouTube, or if you just want to support The Gamer Hole, check us out on Patreon. It's linked in the description below. Get all kinds of fun little perks in there. So thanks again, and we'll see you in the next episode of The Gamer Hole.